Oh, and there's Elizabeth Schaefer.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm naughty. Hey, hey Penny, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous.
Only way to be.
Hey Elizabeth, did your post mean that you did get Costa Rica or you didn't get Costa Rica?
I did.
You did. That's
Hmm.
awesome. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought you said you were 35 or something, and I went, oh wait, that's outside the.
Yeah, I was in tier two.
But I mean, I thought you had to be in the top 25.
And that was for tier four.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay. Awesome.
Whew. Yeah. There were four different tiers, plus there was the leadership.
Right. I just thought that the ones that were the tiers were all 25. I didn't know they had ones that were long. That's awesome. So you already registered and everything.
Yep. Registered, flights booked. Just got to figure out what I'm wearing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't make it. The only chance that I have left is being number one in a category. And I thought I had that to a point, but then no.
Did you get bumped down? Because you've been tracking for number one.
I know. And I had one decrease campaign, and now I've had two decrease campaigns. It didn't wipe out my whole increase, but I don't. Last campaign when they did the list, I was two then, and it didn't seem like the numbers were right, but I wasn't following to start with. So I
Oh.
think I'm going to just let it be a surprise.
Right. I
So
mean, you still might get it.
right, I still might get it, but my man can't go. So even if I could
Oh.
go, it's not going to be as much fun because my man can't go.
Oh.
Did you know I had a man?
Yes.
I suppose who could miss that at this point, right?
Right,
Miss
Mr. Tashi? Yes.
right. I'm a little bit obnoxious with it. Hey, Maureen.
I love watching you guys, though. I love seeing you so happy and in love.
No, God, I'm pathetic about it. I spend all my time driving down to Yonkers. Kim's on mute, but she's sitting there laughing because she's had to share a room with me and listen to me talk with him all night long. What am I doing? Anyway, what was I going to say? What something funny happened, and now I don't know. I saw you when oh, look it.
Oh, you tagged me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, let me get on here. It's been a while since I've sent the card.
Well, I was looking on the list of people who had been involved before,
Hmm.
and I was wondering, you stopped sending cards. Do you still have an account or you don't know?
I think, I think I do. Because, I mean, it's been a little while, but
Awesome.
like, here's the app. Let's see if
Well,
it lets
you
me
could,
in.
yeah, you could jump in
Yeah.
anytime you. Yeah, I'm still over here. I send a thank you card to every customer with every order. And now my new latest thing is I'm selling my house so I can move. And I have
Are we going to New York?
oh, what'd you say?
Are you going to New York?
Oh no, I can't afford New York.
Okay.
At one time maybe, but not right now. No, we're going down the Carolinas, likely North Carolina, and
Okay.
live down there. He and I are going, yeah.
Oh, he's
Like
going with you. Yay.
right. So but anyway, yes indeed. Oh, now what was I gonna say? Oh, the cards. I send one to customers every time. My latest thing is marketplace. So when a customer buys from me a marketplace, because I'm selling all my stuff, I'm trying, don't laugh because I suppose this is the dream, right? But I'm trying to get rid of enough stuff that I only have to bring the van, enough
Oh,
stuff,
wow.
right? But reality is I don't have any good furniture. I don't think I ever had any good furniture because I had a kid and a dog and four cats.
I
None of the
understand.
furniture is worth taking. I think I have a whole bunch of TVs that I've gotten from Avon for different stuff, there's only one of them that's probably new enough to take. It was that big giant one we just got, not maybe that was 3, 4 years ago. The rest of
Okay.
them are too old to matter. But so I'm trying to weed down. And anyway, so on Marketplace, I'm listing stuff every day. And when someone comes to buy something, that's been my new awesome thing is that, like yesterday, a lady came to buy one of those moving musical things. She ended
Mhm.
up buying 12 of them.
Oh, wow.
I know. I said, let's get some plastic bins and we get you
Right.
loaded up. Her husband
Yeah.
was just shaking his head. So when they come here, I try to get the have, a bigger sale. And also, if there is a way to do it, I find out their address. Now, sometimes that involves some research online. Sometimes
Mhm.
I can get it easily because they've got it on something they gave me, like Venmo or PayPal or something that's on there, or on their Facebook or whatever it is. And I send a thank you card. So I'll share just for a second here and show you um, how that's working. Oh, here we go. Share screen. Um, because it's easy and it's getting me a lot of business. So I'm happy about that part, of course. Here, send out cards. Okay, so some of the cards I've sent lately will show here on the front. So like I put just like I would on an Avon customer order. So like this is an Avon's customer order from yesterday. She ordered this and she ordered that and she got that for free. So
Mm.
I put what she ordered on the front, and then inside it says thank you and has some other pictures and stuff. So then when somebody buys something, like this is one of the marketplace ones, this is one of the marketplace ones. This lady bought 3 bookcases. So I take the picture that I listed it on Marketplace with and put that on the front of the card. This is a marketplace one, this is a marketplace one. So I just put that on the front of the card and they let you add words to the front. So I add the thank you there. And then inside, I just put pictures of flowers or flowers and coffee or a butterfly or whatever it is. But the matter of fact, I'll show one. And then my Avon stuff is on the back. And when they were here, they already knew that I sold Avon because, of course, the van and I gave
Right.
everybody a book when they were here. But this just reinforces it. So here's this lady bought one bookcase, and there's a picture of flowers, and I said thank you for the bookcase and all that. And on the back, um, by the way, in there I say something. If it was an Avon customer that bought Avon, like that one that showed the 3 products, that was someone I talked to on the phone. That was from Carol. And I said in my message in the card, I said, it was great talking to you yesterday, Carol. I submitted your order right after we spoke. And usually I say something about what we talked about. So the marketplace people, I'm doing the same thing. So I would say, I hope that works out for your son, the bookcase that you wanted to put in his bedroom. So if I have a lot of people come for Marketplace, I make notes during the day so that I'll have something to say in the card that makes sense. So I'm trying to
Right.
be personal as I can. And then this is on the back. So it has my information, everything in this. And I switched from, was using
The
like
heart.
a professional picture of me
Oh,
here.
okay.
And I switched to this one because it's more fun.
That
I
is a
swear
fun
to
picture.
you, the last 12 people that either signed up or are new customers, they said, I said, what made you pick me? And they said, you look fun. So if fun's what we want, fun's what you get. Right? So,
Right.
but that way they're getting twice. So they saw that I sold Avon here, and then they hear about it by getting the card. And what I'm going for, what I'm shooting for here is I want people to say, and I've had somebody say this to me already. Oh, sorry about that. Um, she said, if this is how you treat your Avon customers, I can see why you do a good business because I want to buy from you because of the way you treated me when I bought something else from you. So I'm trying to treat them really good, which I would do anyway. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like when they say they're coming over, I give them directions. I send them the pin. I show them a picture of the house. I tell them which door to go to. I tell them all my payment options. I try to do all that stuff and not leave any of it a mystery so that it's fun and easy to do business with me. And then when they come here, I'm obviously pleasant. I show them in. I have stuff all set up and nice. I give them if I don't always do it, but I try to give them like a free gift out of my free gift box because I've got a box of Avon stuff that either was in the goodie bag at convention or with a coupon code, or some of it's the what is that, Creative Collective stuff. That stuff was all free to me, and I'll grab something out of there and sell them free gift with every order. So I try to treat them the same as I would an Avon customer because the reality is they could become one.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I think that's really going to happen is if they're wowed by dealing with me. You know what I mean? So the
Right.
thank you card from SendOutCards is one of the things that I count on to wow people because hardly anyone's doing that. Well, somebody's at my door. That's the dog. I think it's just a delivery. So let me just look. Yep, it's the UPS guy. Sorry, the dog. uh, but anyway, what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I think that's a great way to network and then a great way to gain customers and potentially new team members too.
Yeah, that's true. As a matter of fact, somebody's been messaging me to sign up, but um, she's on her phone only, doesn't have a laptop, and she said, "I like it when people say the site won't let me sign up." Well, I need a little bit more information than that. What is it standing there going, no, you can't do it? No, I mean, what, you get an error message or what are you doing? Right.
Right.
I need some more information. So, but anyway, are you doing any Christmas cards this year?
Most likely. Most
Most
likely. I
likely.
need to look inside because I don't even know what the pricing or anything is anymore. Um, yeah. I'm
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
wind down. I still got events that I'm doing, so I'm trying to get through
Oh,
these
yeah.
last few events of the year, and then, but yeah, I usually do send Christmas cards to everybody that's like has purchased from me. Have if I have their address, which I have a whole stack right now. I'm going through a transition period because I'm an empty nester now. So I've moved my office into my son's room. My
Oh,
daughter's
nice.
room is going to be my vanity slash closet, and then my bedroom will just be my bedroom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm here alone too.
Yeah, it's different
Yeah.
having a big space. I'm glad that I sold my other house and moved into this condo because, girl, that'd be way too much space for just me.
Oh, right, right. Well,
Way too
that's
much
where I
space.
am. I've got to sell a house. And it's so funny because people are like, why do you have to sell a house? But it's like I'm one person. This is
I'm like, this is a
crazy.
big house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's too much to deal with. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
You know who's being the funniest about it? I was just talking to him yesterday. So the theater guy, I don't know if you know, I worked on
Yeah,
the community
some
theater in my
productions. Yeah.
town. Yeah.
Hmm.
And the director guy, Kenny, he said, when I told him I was moving, he was shattered. I'm like, drama much? No, I suppose you know why he's saying that, I think though, is because he worked on TV shows as an art director like Seinfeld in New York City for 20 years before he came back. This is where he went to high school and stuff. And I know he had an assistant down there, maybe even a team.
Right.
Up here, he's on his own. So when I first met him and he's done all three plays, the directing all three of them. And I knew right away because I'd been somebody's secretary. I knew right away he needed one. So I mean, that's what I've been doing, is being his secretary. So I get that's why he's upset because he needs somebody.
Oh,
Oh, it was so funny.
oops.
But yeah, they just decided to do the play we didn't 2022, they were going to do it again, and it was called the Pine Tree Riot. It's actually the reason I got involved because the Pine Tree Riot happened on the property where I live back in, right, 250 years ago. So that's exciting. He called me, of course, even though he knows I'm not going to be around to do it, but he called me all excited because yeah, I've been his assistant for the last 3 years. But you know what? I used SendOutCards extensively for the whole play thing. And that's what he, right away, he said, we need to get the people that were in the first one, which is the Pine Tree Riot play, to see if we can get most of them back. And he says, you know what would work really well? Go get out all the pictures you took, because I took a gazillion, and send them to those people on the cards that you do. He says, you know how those you do those awesome cards where they have the pictures? He's like, send the people their own picture on the front of the card and tell them about the casting call. And he's right. That's perfect. That is the perfect thing. Because like the guy who played the lead, Ebenezer
Mhm.
Mudgett, the guy who played Ebenezer Mudgett, it was a lot of lines. It was a hard part. And the play's about him. Um, he doesn't like to see somebody else play that part. So sending him a big picture of himself on the front of the card playing the part that he doesn't like to see someone else play, I think he's going to say yes.
Right.
Right. So yeah, Kenny's right. He called to tell me start sending cards to the old cast. And luckily, I'm the only one that has the people from the cast all in my database and SendOutCards. So, because
Oh,
I've been helping him since 22. So I put everybody in that's tried out, everybody in that's been in any of the three plays. So I can let everybody know again that this is all getting started again. And it makes it a little bit easier to round up because the cast is like 30 people. It's the plays that we've been doing have big giant casts in them. So it's hard. You have to, just like a team, when you're building, you have to have way more people because a bunch of them end up dropping off or whatever.
hmm.
So I've been keeping in touch with everybody to make sure if we did this again, I would be able to round them up. So anyway, what's up with you, Maureen?
Well, I got some good news. I got an online order yet 2 days ago from one of the people that I send cards to
Oh,
in one of my card
nice.
groups.
Oh,
In one of the
that's
card groups.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
she lives up in Carson City. But yeah, I was shocked. So it paid off. I got one
That's
order.
awesome.
Yep.
And
And
you weren't even doing it for that intent
no,
necessarily. That's awesome.
no. And then I went back and I checked, and since January 1st until yesterday, I've sent 3,044 cards so far
Oh,
this year.
wow, that's awesome. That is
Yeah, I'm not gonna
fabulous.
now that they've changed the from the 10 to the 5, I'm not gonna make my what I was hoping to send, but I'll get there. But I sent 3,000 people happy smiles.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Elizabeth, I don't think you probably were on a subscription because you would have known you were paying. So you're
Yeah,
probably not.
I dropped the subscription a while back,
So
so I
you
don't
can't,
know. Can
yeah,
you get them now or no?
you can, it's just not the same. So some of us, like Maureen and I, are on an old one, and it was originally $97 and it was unlimited. But of course, they had people on that were sending a crazy amount every day, so they had to put some kind of thing on it. And then they went to 10 a day. And Maureen and I, and well, not just Maureen and I, but believe me, there was a lot of people. I was consistent to the point where I think I only didn't send my 10 maybe 3 days last year.
Oh, wow.
Right. So if you multiply 30 days in a month times 10 cards, that's 300 cards for $97. They weren't even cover it. That doesn't cover their postage expense. So I was sitting here all this time going, oh, please, nobody look at your accounts because I pretty much knew that they would have to at some point address that. And so lately, when they didn't make an announcement, Maureen and I were just sending cards like we do every day, and the thing came up that said, "You've done your 5 for the day," and we're like, so they went from 10 to 5. But after we talked about it, I think we all agreed that 5 times 30 is still 150.
Yeah.
As long as you're consistent, $97 for 150 cards is still, there's not any cheaper way to do it. And not, especially not the personalized cards that we're doing.
Mhm.
So it's still a good deal. I'm still holding my breath because that's still razor thin on what he's making, the company's making on that. Because postage right now is what, 78 or 76 or whatever it is.
I don't even know. I just figure a dollar, a dollar for each one.
Well,
If I
right.
get
So if
changed
it's
back, nice.
right. So if thinking about it that way, if it's a dollar expense and I'm
Mhm.
sending
Yeah.
15, right, 5 times 30,
And that's your card and
150,
postage and everything.
right.
Mhm.
So he's
That's
only,
amazing. So
so
you're
they're
still
only charging
grandfathered in
me,
with that 97 then, right?
right. So I'm
Okay.
only paying 97 and getting 150 cards.
That's amazing.
Right. That's why when it was 300 cards, I would just sit here going, holding my breath, hoping no one was doing the math. But it was bound to happen. So right now, there's other choices though. They have package deals, so you could buy not points, but a bunch of whatever they're calling it, and send the cards that way, so that you can get cheaper, or you can still pay as you go.
I know
So,
there for a little while I had earned some like free, I'm gonna say free spend
mhm.
money. Because I had had a team with send out cards
Oh yeah.
and they were using the send out cards and I had like a little allotment and I didn't know
Oh
about it
yeah.
until
Until what happened? Oh, you're on mute somehow. You muted somehow. It doesn't show mute, but I can't hear you anymore. All of a sudden, I can't hear you anymore. Maybe your microphone? Oh,
I can hear you though.
I can hear.
you can hear me now.
Yeah, and I can hear
yes.
you the whole
Yeah,
time. It
I can
must
hear
be
you
Okay.
now.
Lisa's.
I can hear you now. What was
Yeah,
that?
no. So like it was Rosalind and when Rosalind and her daughter are the ones that told me that, hey, you probably have some money in there that you can spend. And so I definitely used that, but I didn't know it was even there until they told me.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow. Because I have them deposited into my checking, so I don't they don't build it up or anything. Are they still doing, or you don't know?
I don't think so. Um, and I don't know that they would show under me now anyway, because when they switched everything over, I asked to be put back on the original one. And
Okay.
so that's what they did. But I don't know.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there was two different apps, right? There was send out cards, and
Um,
then there was a second one for
Well, no, they're all still send out cards. There's a Promptings Pro app, which would be for affiliates, and then the send out card apps is for making cards. But
okay, so maybe
their
it's
new
the
gig lately
problem.
is they've changed the name of the company to Promptings, which is the word they've always used for what inspires you to send a card, a prompting.
Okay.
They just changed the name of the company to that, but they still the send out cards portion of this has been the same. They've just adjusted what the plans are, and the costs and stuff, because the price have gone up. That's it.
I'm
So
re-downloading it. It shows that I've had it, but it was removed from my phone. So I don't know what happened there. Probably maybe when I got, well, no, it's been a little while since
well,
I had it.
wait,
I don't know.
when we get done, maybe go on and see if what your account's got on it and stuff. You never know.
I don't remember my password. I just know that my phone logs me
Maybe it would know still. Yeah, the phone,
in.
if this is
Right?
still phone, right? I love that when it happens.
Let's see what
Hey,
happens
Donna,
in
how are
there.
you doing, Donna? Hi,
Oh,
Donna.
not bad. Nope. Am I on mute?
No, you're not on mute. I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
You
Oh, I
matter of
had a
fact,
little X there.
with the light in the background, you look like an angel today.
That's my ceiling light up there.
You're not supposed to bust out laughing when someone says you look like an angel.
If
Although
they only knew.
I'm sitting here with a naughty hat on, so what can I say?
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
So, hey, thanks for being on Team Time Tuesday.
Yeah, I kind of I've had a lot going on the past couple months with family emergencies, and I've
No.
had to go north 3 times.
Oh, geez.
And yeah, so I'm kind of just dropped the ball on a few things, but I'm trying to get back into the groove.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
And well, you picked a good time as far as Avon's concerned because this is like the last big when people really I don't know why they wait so late, but this is when they all want to buy stuff right now. So I don't
hmm
know about you, but that's been my experience is that everybody, they wait till they have to buy stuff.
right,
So I don't know if they're waiting for after Thanksgiving or why they're doing that, but then it's hard to get because of course we have shipping deadlines and stuff,
right.
but yes, indeedy. So,
hmm
hey Kim, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was driving, so I was on my way home. Hello, hello, hello. But
Hey. Oh,
yeah,
is that
so
the
that's
jacket? Is that
that's the
jacket?
jacket, the
Oh,
jean
that's
jacket.
awesome.
Yep, the jean jacket. So but anyway, yeah, I'm doing good. I just have to send out more cards. And the thank yous. Like when I did that event last week, should I send it to the person who invited me? Because I can't send it to all the staff because I don't know all their names.
Yeah, maybe the person invited you and say, and your team or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, it doesn't, if you're showing appreciation for being invited or for them putting the work in for the thing, no matter who you send it to, it's going to be awesome and unusual because they're not
That's
going to get
true.
other, right? So
Right.
it's going to be awesome no matter who you send it to, I think, because
Okay.
people don't get, I if you think about it, when you do an event, do you know how often a vendor would send a thank you note to the organizer?
Oh, that's true. Not
They
often.
wouldn't, right? And
Mm-mm.
actually it is a thing that should be appreciated because those guys put in a lot of work and lots of times they don't make a lot doing an event like that. And
Right.
they end up putting in a lot of work. So anytime that you can show appreciation, I think that's good for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. So if they know a bunch of Avon people, for example, and but they dealt with you for some event, and you're the one that sent them a thank you card for all their effort and showed appreciation. If someone comes up to them and wants some Avon, they're going to think of you
Right.
because they're
Right.
going to say, if she was that good to deal with about this event, she'll be that good to deal with when you sell her when she sells stuff to me.
That's true.
So
That's
I
true.
think it all, yeah, I think it all, that all matters, how you
Okay.
treat people. So,
Okay.
yeah,
We'll see.
I think that's why it makes me cringe when I see like on social media where someone's being not polite
Mm-hmm.
or ranting
Right.
and raving or complaining about a business or whatever they're
Mm-hmm.
doing because their customers and their potential customers are looking at those things thinking, well, so if I do something that she doesn't like, I'm going to get ripped on social media over this, or
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
right, I don't want to deal with her because look at this. Yeah, you want to, uh, I think maintain uh, a level of funness and a level of easy to deal withness.
Exactly. Exactly.
My latest thing I'm watching. I don't know why I watch this. I don't know. I don't watch the news, so I had to watch something, I guess. Um, Yeah, the cop cam where they stop, pull people over, and I don't know who raised these people, but They don't
Oh, Lord.
they don't do what the policeman says.
Oh, wow.
They go up to the window, you have to roll down your window. The lady's yelling and screaming at the policeman. No. And then they won't get out of the car. They won't roll down the window. They end up smashing the window and dragging the lady out the window. And she can't understand why.
Crazy, crazy.
I'm
Mhm.
just so glad that I told Alex. I'm like, listen, Alex,
Exactly.
you never argue with the policeman at the side of the road. Just say
Mhm.
yes, take your ticket, and move along. And if he
Exactly.
tells you get out and stand on your hands, get out and stand on your hands. That's how that works. It's not a voting situation. I can't understand how those all that number of people didn't get that memo.
Exactly.
They're
I
like,
don't need.
I don't have to get out. Yeah, you
Mhm. They say,
do.
get out, get out.
I
No.
watched one time on TikTok where this woman didn't have a driver's license because she was claiming she was a sovereign citizen.
Yeah,
Didn't
I've
and
seen
she
those
didn't need a
too.
driver, but she also wasn't driving. She was traveling. That's what she kept saying. I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Yeah, they try to use the sovereign citizen thing in court too, which doesn't go well.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, when you do stuff like that, you're just drawing more attention and the cop thinks something else is wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the
Mhm.
kid laughs at me, but when I get stopped, I got stopped with him with me before, and I have the car wrap on. And I know that when a policeman comes up, he can't see in my van. And I know that would make me nervous if I was a policeman. So when I get stopped, I immediately roll all my windows down. That way when he walks up, he can tell if someone's in there and who it is. So, but the kid's like, Mom, why do you do I'm like, what? Because I don't want to get dragged out my car. Because you know what I
Exactly.
mean? And I haven't got a ticket, and I don't know. I
Don't say
haven't
it,
got
don't
any.
say it, don't say it. You're gonna jinx yourself.
No,
Don't
I don't
say
believe in jinxes. I don't believe in jinxes. All I've got parking tickets, right? But well, if I get stopped, believe me, I'm not saying anything except yes, sir, no, ma'am, whatever they ask me. Here, you can have whatever. Yeah, here's my hands. I'm not digging for nothing. I don't know how they didn't get that memo on these people that are fighting with them, or
Exactly.
someone gets caught shoplifting, and
Hmm.
instead of saying, "Well, I made a mistake," here you go, here, go ahead, take me in because I made a mistake. They'd be like biting the guy
Exactly.
and
Hmm.
getting like three more charges, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't understand that strategy. Oh,
Me neither.
if I want to have a bad day, I can think of a lot easier ways to do it than that. But yeah, as far as like what we talked about with as far as cards go for appreciation, I think that's such a good thing that you were thinking right away. Ooh, I've got somebody that I dealt with. I need to send them a card for that, being the organizers of the event.
Right. Okay.
Because you don't ever know. That person might be in charge of a whole bunch of other events that now you're going to get invited to
Yeah, that's true.
that you
That's
wouldn't have
true.
even known about. So I think it's always a good idea.
Okay.
So, and that going back to the play thing, um, I sent every cast member, like the last three plays, every cast member, I take a picture of them with their binder, uh, because the binder has their name on it, and I make them hold it up, and they don't realize why I'm doing it. But that way, me and Connie and Kenny and them, if we can't figure out who somebody is, I can pull these pictures up, and I've got a picture of their face with their binder and their name on it. Because when you have 30 cast members, it's hard to keep everybody straight. So I took that picture though and sent it to every cast member. And then on the inside, sometimes I took a picture, I took all kind of pictures at rehearsals and put some of them in there too. And the number of people that said something to me about that. And truthfully, I do those things for a lot of reasons, but one of them is now when I go back and say, hey, guess what? We're going to do the Pine Tree Riot again. And we'd love it if you could come back and play your character. They don't say to me, who are you? You know, or they don't sit there. You know how I always say, like the window here when someone comes up the back door, when it's someone that I don't that gives me a hard time or I don't like, I see them and I go,
Hmm.
I don't get that response because I send a lot of cards. So I don't want that when I call them and say, we're doing the play again. I really love you go come play your character. Usually they're like, yes, that would be awesome. I want to be involved again because it was great. I say doing business with you, even though it wasn't business, but it was, it was great being involved in a project with you. And I think I want everyone that I deal with to feel that way because I can get more stuff done. You know what I mean? So the second play and the third play had a bunch of people from the first play, and it's because we kept in touch with them and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Kenny didn't believe me when I first was telling him this. And I said, the play thing is not that much different than my direct sales business because all the people that are on my team selling, all the Avon representatives, they're volunteers. There isn't anybody there that's getting a salary. We're all on commission and they don't have to do this. They could do another direct sales company or they could go get a job somewhere. So I've got to make sure they have good experience and feel appreciated. And I said, that's a universal thing that people like is appreciation. So if we can bring that to the theater experience, the next time you do a casting call, people will want to come in because they felt appreciated during the whole process. And of course, he's a man, so he's like, I don't understand. He says to me, why can't people just do what they're told? Well, right. But I think lately he's been more of a believer. That's why he called me last night to tell me to start sending cards for the new play.
Hmm.
I think he realizes that not everything is a tangible thing that you can measure. And you can't just boss people around when they're volunteers. You know what I mean? You have to, because I think he's bad about he'll give just directions, but he won't just say, that last run through was you did a really good job. I think that was your best one yet. He doesn't say that. So he gives them notes of what they should do better next time. And one of us is the one that takes them aside and says, you did a really good job. That was your best one yet. And then I send a card saying, I love this picture of you that I took at the rehearsal. I think you did a really good job. Because I think that appreciation is something that keeps them coming back.
Hmm.
That's true with customers. That's true with any community thing you're involved with where everybody's a volunteer. And events like that you're setting up at. Most of those people aren't getting paid to do that. It's hard to make a profitable event. Usually they're doing it to promote an organization or something. So there's not a lot of profit going on. So the appreciation is the currency. And by you sending a card, I think that makes a difference. That
Okay.
makes them feel like they want to do it again and they want to include you.
Right.
So, because I bet you ran into some other vendors when you do other events.
Hmm.
Um, where some of the other vendors just bitch and moan?
None
Haven't
of
you?
them were. Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, not bad. Usually there's a couple that bitch and moan. And you know what? They don't get asked back.
Right.
And if that's a person that organizes a bunch of events, they leave them off the list of notifying them when events are coming up unless they're desperate.
That's true.
And instead, they're going to get a appreciation card from you. They're going to have a good memory of you just seeing your name because they'll remember the card. They may not remember you sent the card, but they're going to remember they have a good association with you.
Right.
So then they're doing another event and they're going to say, oh, you know what? Let's not forget her. And they may not know why, but right, but that is it. Because I'll tell
Right.
you, when I've had to set stuff up, um, I conveniently forget to tell the people that were bitching and moaning during the whole thing. You know what I mean? I want to
Mhm.
work with people who are also fun, interesting, and want to participate.
That's
Not that
right.
I'm dragging down the street and I have to act like, right. Well, sometimes they act like they're doing you a favor
Yeah.
having the event, and it doesn't matter how they act. I'm going to be appreciative.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What, Lisa, I'm looking at this online. What is this ACT, digital ACT?
Oh, you don't know that one yet?
No.
Oh, Elizabeth, you missed something. Now you know how they have e-cards.
Yes.
This is like an e-card, except it's exactly the same. So you make it just the same as you would any other send out card. So you can customize it. You can put your own pictures in it. You can use your own handwriting font. Everything you can do with a regular card, they just make it into a URL. So you make the card, you choose ACT, which is I forgot what that stands for, but it's a like a digital card. And then you give the person the link and they go look at the card online, and you only pay one fee and you can send as many as you want.
Oh.
So now, yes, there's other ways to send cards that maybe are cheaper or free, but this is only like 10 a month. And you can do so much more personalization with ours. You can do exactly what you can on a regular card. So like, let's say, for example, you meant to send somebody a card for Thanksgiving, but now you know it's not going to make it if you sent it today, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could send them an ACT and they would definitely get it. They'll get it immediately.
Right. That's how I do birthdays. So now I don't have to worry about sending belated birthday cards because I can just send an ACT and, tell them on their birthday.
That's
Okay.
what I do.
Yeah.
So there's different way, like if you're sending a whole bunch of cards and now that it's more per card to send, if your budget is so that you don't want to send them all in the mail because it's too much money, just get the $10 a month ACT thing, and then you can send your allotment of regular cards in the mail, and anything else you wanted to send, do it the other way, the digital cards. But what I
The
like
thing is,
about it is you could be so, Donna, you're sending the most of them, weren't you? Or Donna, I know Maureen's
Oh,
sending them too.
yeah, I was sending a bunch, but like I said, I've dropped the
Well, no, that's
ball.
all right. You still sent more than me
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't make them as fancy as I do the ones I put in the mail. Like I don't add the crossword puzzle. I don't add the color sheet. I don't add any of that because they don't have any way to do it.
Right.
But I still send them, and I have one specific one that I have for birthdays, and it just says happy birthday and it has a flamingo on it. And then inside I think it's got a flower, and then it's just got the very generic, wishing, hope you had a great day, or wishing you, I can't remember what it says. And I send that, but then underneath it, because if it's somebody that's never gotten anything from me before, I'll write underneath it, happy birthday to you. So that way they know it's real, even though
That's good.
now they get the thumbnail of the card. But I want people to realize it's real. It's not a spam. You're not going to get, and a virus if you open it. I want them to realize it's actually from me.
Yeah, so you
So,
probably, Elizabeth, you probably have to be a little bit more mindful of the fact that someone might open it on their phone. So you don't want to be as wordy or as complicated of a design. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
But it's an immediate send and immediate receive. So
mhm.
that's awesome.
Mm.
What else you had? Did you see anything else you wanted to?
I'm just looking at, there's all these different, a whole bunch of different stuff on here.
Yeah, they have options now for a lot of packages because they're doing a lot of business.
What
But
is the
you can
card
still
credit? Is that,
is it's the same. It's just sending a card. It's they use how
okay.
many credit, yeah, to send the card instead of putting a money amount on it.
So if you do, like, if you don't do, let's say you don't do subscribe to a monthly thing and you do a one-time purchase, is that only good for 30 days?
Usually it says right in there whether it is or isn't. Is it a package or an individual card?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I see it at the top. Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
scrolling down, looking at all these different things.
Well, you know, don't let the amount of choices or the stuff on there that I don't use either. You can still open your account and just send a card and pay for one card.
Mhm.
You know, you don't have to have like I haven't used their service where you let them send your cards or where you have them fix up your database and all that stuff. I'm still doing the same stuff that I was doing when I joined SendOutCards way back then. It still works. So you don't
Mhm.
necessarily have to do all this other stuff, but it is available if you want to do it. So for example, if you decided that you wanted to send your Christmas cards and you don't want to deal with it, you you would get one of those options where it includes a couple hours of them, like they have a VA service
Mhm.
and they will do it for you.
Hmm.
And actually their VA is not as expensive as a regular VA. So
Okay.
it's actually pretty awesome. And they have access to your database and all that because they're the company. So you just say, hey, I want the ones in this group to get a card, and this is what I want the card to look like, and they'll design it for you and they'll send it for you.
Okay.
So I
So
personally haven't used it because I like to do that part myself. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
something else just popped up here. It says new contact request feature.
Yes.
Have you used
So
that?
if let's say if you have their information and it's not correct, you can ask if you can send them a thing so that they go in and fill it out. Have any of you guys used this? Because I've only used it a couple times.
I've used it
No.
once.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
And
Mhm.
so, but you can request their information. They'll go in and fill it out, and you get all their information.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I'm so used to doing it the other way. I don't use that. So you know what I mean? I'm so used to getting it myself.
I used it when I knew somebody had moved and I needed to update their address.
Mm.
I just sent it to them and asked them to please update their address for me.
Oh, awesome. Did it
Mhm.
So
they notify you when the person did it?
I think so. If I remember correctly, I think so. Um, Elizabeth, one quick thing though, with the ACT cards, the person does have the option to ask for the card to be sent to them. And from the way I understand it, we get to decide if we want to actually send them a physical card. And if
That's
we
true.
do, it comes out of our daily total.
If you
Okay.
have, right,
Yeah, I
or
don't
they
have that. I don't have that 97 deal anymore. I
Yeah.
don't have
right.
that.
So it would ask you, and if you decide yes and you don't have a credit card, it would ask you to pay at that time if you
Yeah.
said yes. So if
Okay.
I send an act, because that happened to me actually, I sent an act card to Ty, the tall, dark, and handsome's brother. And I sent him that because I didn't know about his birthday until the day it happened. So then I sent the act card and he clicked on, I want a copy of the card. So then I went in and paid for the card to be sent to him. But I could have just said no if I didn't want to do that, if I didn't want to pay for the card.
Oh, okay.
They also get the choice of learning about Seno cards too.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit easier to get people to do it with you as affiliates and stuff. So that's awesome. Hey, Judy, thank you for joining. How are you? Or not? That's okay. Judy might be busy doing something.
Sending a card.
Sending. That's it. She's sending a card. No, I like this. The only thing is when I take this off, I'm going to have hat hair, right?
Oh,
But then again,
oh,
yeah, I was at
oh,
the
real
college yesterday. Go ahead.
I totally forgot. So, do you remember last week I was wondering if we could still send to other countries and not have to
Yes,
pay for it? We
yes.
can, because I
Oh,
just sent a whole bunch of cards to
outside.
England and to Australia and to
Nice.
Algeria,
And
and
it's still counted in your five?
it's still counted in my five.
Awesome. Yeah, well,
That
hold
they might
hold
have
your
to change.
breath.
They might
I was
change
gonna
that
say,
eventually.
hold your breath. Yeah, send them while you can. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Matt. Oh, hi, Judy. Yeah. Oh, okay. She said I'm listen only today. That's cool. No problem. I just didn't want you to think we didn't see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for popping on.
Yeah, that they might have to change, but as of right now, knock on wood.
Well, and I think you aren't the only one that had a reaction when they went from 10 to 5. And I think when something like that happens, the reason I react a little different is because all along I was thinking from this being in this position of the company because I run a company here, right? I run an Avon business, so I think of things from the expense side. Bet Donna does because she worked in an office like that, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So when you've been exposed to that, you start thinking, wait a minute, he's losing money doing that. I kept
Hmm.
thinking that for a while. I'm thinking Cody's losing money doing this. I either he doesn't know or he's willing to absorb it some other way. But I'm not going to be surprised when he's got to fix this because me
Yeah.
personally, like, do you remember when I went? This was early on. I went around the country in that big white truck doing seminars. I
Mhm.
made money doing Avon enough to support that, but I didn't want that money supporting that. I wanted that to support itself. Didn't want to do seminars and stuff if it wasn't profitable by itself. I didn't want it to be supported by some other part of my business and drag that down. So I always think, I bet any other business owner would feel the same way. So even though Cody might make enough on something else to pay for that, I bet he wouldn't want to because he wouldn't want to be losing money on any part of the business. So I was not surprised personally. I was surprised it took so long because
Yeah.
yeah. But I think what they were counting on, this is what my theory has been for a while. They were counting on people not being consistent because I do know some people that paid the 97 for a long time without sending any cards.
Oh,
And
wow.
right, so that must have been worth it for a while, but they, whatever happened, they were looking at their books and said, you know what, this consistency is killing me here.
I
Hmm.
pay the affiliate fee every month, but I don't have anybody on my team. I don't have a
Well,
team.
right, and there's some people that are doing that with the 97.
Yeah. So every month I'm like, I think I need to cancel this. But then I'm like, well, what if I get somebody to sign up? So then I just don't cancel it. But it's $15 every month I pay that, you know.
And yeah, and if you're listening to this and you are on the plan where you're getting even the 5 a day or whatever you're getting, um, it, it's an extra good reason right now to be consistent.
Hmm.
Because I know I talk about this all the time, but and you know what? I was so embarrassed. What was that 2 weeks ago? I was so tired. I was so tired. I was down in Yonkers, and he said, then it was late at night too, and he's like, "I don't think you did your cards." And I went, "Oh, I don't want to do my cards. I don't feel like doing my cards. I'm tired. I want to go to bed." I was so tired because I drove all the way down there, and we did running around and all that stuff. I was actually crying because I was tired and you know me, I'm not a cry person. I was crying because I was tired, but I did them. I sat there on the bed and I did the cards. And when I got done doing my cards, I left my stuff sitting on the edge of the bed. I rolled over and I slept for 5 hours.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't, I know, I just laid there and slept for 5 hours. I wasn't even all the way on the bed. My legs were hanging off the bed. I was that tired, but I did the cards because that would have just drove me crazy if I hadn't done.
That's right.
But I think, you know what, and the only reason I'm like that is because once you've been consistent, it's a habit.
Right.
You know what it's like is try going to sleep without brushing your teeth if you do it every day.
Hmm.
It'll wake you up in the middle of the night. You want to go brush your teeth because you just can't stand not being consistent with it because you've been consistent with it your whole life.
Hmm.
And I think the card thing can be that as long as you get into the groove of it. So, what were you going to say, Maureen?
Well, like I have reminders. I have like the A machine reminds me at 3:30 it'll ask me, did I send my cards? I have a pop-up on my phone that tells me
Well,
at
that's a good
10:30 every
idea.
morning it pops up, which is funny because half the time I'm not even awake at 10:30. But at 10:30 it tells me to send my cards. I have lists now. I print out lists and stuff, and I go
Awesome.
off it like that. And then I have the groups. So I go into the groups. Right now I'm working on a group. It's called Christmas Cards from Around the World.
Oh,
Hmm.
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the A machine thing? I was going to tell you, you're going to laugh. So I have, I don't know, three or four in my house. My mother had one in the apartment. So I said to Ty, you want me to bring one of those down? So because I use it for stuff like spell abracadabra. When I'm writing, I use it for spelling
Hmm.
and uh, I ask it, him and I always do this. Is John Denver dead yet? Or something like that. We never want to know if someone's alive or dead or whatever. But I'm having trouble because he doesn't know how to talk to it. I thought that would be an easy skill to teach somebody. But he doesn't pause between saying her name and what he wants, and he doesn't ask it in a question. You know what I mean? He said the name and right away said rap music. And I'm like, well, you gotta say what please play some, or you don't have to say please, but say the name and then wait a second and say play some rap music. He's funny. He thinks it's going to figure it out for him. But anyway,
Yeah. I have I have four here. And sometimes they just start talking on their own and I'm like, what's going on? But the one I have in the bedroom, when I set my alarm, it'll set the alarm for me and then I'll say thank you. And then sometimes it'll sing, you're so very, or how whatever it does. And
oh
I'm
yeah.
like, why are you singing? Why are you singing to me? Or then it'll say, you're welcome. I hope you had a good Monday.
If you say something mean to her, she says, that wasn't very nice. Not that I know from personal experience.
I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you read that somewhere.
The reason I thought he might want it is because he doesn't have an alarm clock, who does, right? And he missed the school bus one day because he overslept. And I said, well, all you have to do is put an alarm on that and it'll wake up and tell you.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's not going as I'd hoped, but hey.
I was really, really against them at first, and then my mom got us one for Christmas one year. And with all of Sean's brain surgeries, when I used to work, I don't want to say he's forgetful, but he's forgetful. So sometimes he'd forget to take his medicine. So
Oh,
I
and you do
told it.
alarm? Oh, nice.
I told it. So every day it reminds him to take his afternoon medicine.
That's good.
Well, I like
Yeah.
the card reminder too, to send the cards for it to say that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then it pops up on my phone also because whatever the one in my living room says, I have it, it pops up on my phone. So say I'm
Hmm.
not home, I'll get a pop-up and then I have an Android. Um, so then I get these reminders. I get all these reminders.
Oh, nice.
So then I'll go through the reminders to see if there's anything important and say at 3:30 I'm not home and I hadn't sent them yet. I'll say, "Oh, okay, there's my reminder to send my cards," and I'll go send my cards.
I don't know if any of you guys remember. I actually got all my um A machines from Avon. We had an incentive way back. I don't remember what the incentive was. My suspicion it was for recruiting somehow.
Mhm.
And I got all mine way back then. So all of mine are older ones, but yeah,
Yeah,
I've liked them all along. And somebody did say, "What if they're listening to you?" And I'm
they
like,
are.
I say the same thing because I have a wall of windows in my front room, and technically somebody could stand out in the lawn and see us walking around naked in here or whatever we're doing. And I'm like, to me, if they're standing out on my lawn and watching me walk around naked in the house, they're getting everything they deserve. I mean, right? Because yeah, that's a lot of effort for right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so real quick, it's almost 11. We are not on next Thursday, correct?
Oh, that's correct.
Obviously.
Yes, thank you.
Team Time Tuesday, are we going to be on Team Time Tuesday next Tuesday?
I I have that as a yes because I'm not leaving to go get them until Wednesday morning. So I've got that as a yes. The only thing I might change is Team Time Tuesday might just be at 1 instead of at 7
Okay.
because I'm gonna have to go to bed early because I gotta get up at like 2 in the morning to drive down to Yonkers that day because I gotta drive back the same day I go down. So right,
Oh,
that's right. That's always grueling.
and then the day before the holiday, everybody's going
I
to be
am
trying to get out of town. That's going to be horrible.
I am going to talk that man into driving. I think, well, like with any man, it's all a matter of trying to get him to realize it's his idea.
Right. Exactly.
I knew you'd like that, Kim. Right.
Exactly.
Oh,
Mhm.
so anyway, thank you very much, everybody. It is 2. I appreciate you coming on. Hope you got
Thank
something out
you.
of our talk. I'm going to put the replay up on the YouTube channel. We didn't have a replay last week because of the I was on my phone or something. Something happened.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you had no
So,
internet.
yeah, we do today, so that's awesome. And I'm going to be hauling some more stuff out of the house today. Yay!
Oh,
Putting some more stuff on Marketplace. So I'm getting there. And please go out and be naughty this week. And if you need help, Elizabeth, let me know. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk. Love and appreciate you. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
bye.
Bye.